Kristy's position as Director of Player Development has really helped our program. One of the big projects she put together was a booklet called Knights Know.
When I actually presented Coach O'Leary with the packet, he was basically blown away by it. And originally it was the time frame of when we were getting ready for our freshmen to report. And he actually said that he didn't want to just do it for the new freshmen, but he wanted it for the entire team.
It's a guiding feature for UCF players that are coming in. Some things that you should know, some things that you need to know, just to not get through the program, but to get through your years at UCF.
There's an orientation for the university, there's orientation to athletics, but there was never sort of a welcome to the UCF football program. So I put this book together, it's called Knights Know, and it was basically coined as a welcome guide to UCF football. We talk about time management. I don't care who you are, if you're 4.0 or 2.0, but every student struggles with time management and the fact that they either have too much time on their hands or not enough.
Being at UCF, you learn a lot about time management. And that's one thing that former players that have come back to the school and they told us, if it wasn't for Coach O'Leary and the time management that we had at the school, I probably wouldn't have gotten that job.
We also talk about study skills. Because again, whether you're a top-notch valedictorian or struggling in school, everyone can work on their study skills. But then it was also some expectations about what we expect from our players. Obviously, we talked about character, what we expect of them, how we expect them to carry themselves in the classroom, publicly, in the community, those type of things. Social media is one of the things that we cover with our team on a consistent basis, is how they should carry themselves, within the social media realm, because that is basically the blueprint and their active resume of what people think of them and their perception of them.
Social media do's and don'ts, I think, is a big piece of it. I've tried to tell my players all the time. The bottom line is you think you're texting something on a social media forum, but the truth is they have their own personal press conference every time they decide to tweet something, every time they decide to put something on Facebook, and there's a lot of eyes that are looking to them to be positive role models.
The things that they say is that make sure you know what you put on those social media networks, Facebook, Twitter, all those things, because it is a personal interview. Everything you put is an interview.
Probably what I'm most proud of is the biggest part of the booklet. We went and got quotes from about 50 of our former players. And we gave snapshots of what their degree was in when they graduated, what they're doing now, if they're working for the Department of Defense or an FBI agent or a teacher or a coach, or what they're doing now. And then if they could go back in time, what they would tell their freshman self.
Kristy Belden came to me and I got a chance to be a part of the quotes that she put in her player development book. And I think the most important thing, one of the things that I said was 3% of all high school players get a chance to play college football, and then 0.5% of all college players get a chance to make it to the NFL. So I knew coming in I was going to have to get my degree, and not just one degree, but I also set a goal of getting a master's degree so that I could stay competitive out there in the world whenever it came time to get hired.
For our players, it's one thing for myself or Coach O'Leary or the coaching staff to tell players things, but when a former player who has sat in the same seats, gone through the same exact workouts, and done the same thing, when they say it, the light bulb goes off and they say, oh, okay, it must be true.
For the things that are in that book is all quality material. It's worth reading, but it's also worth grasping and applying to life as well.
That shows how well organized our program really is. Kristy's done a great job. That book teaches those kids everything that they need and everything to be successful while they're here.
I think what it is she was able to take all the things that we constantly harp about and organize it and put it into one place. And now those players can actually visually see it, and we can reference that and use that as a tool constantly, whether it's in recruiting, whether it's to parents. But it's been a very useful tool for us without question.